The child who doesn't exist. Paimon and Traveler encounter Liney in Poisson unexpectedly. Liney reveals that the House of the Hearth has temporarily moved to Poisson due to internal troubles. The knave, father of the house, explains the problem is related to a rumor about a phantom child haunting the house. To ensure safety, the knave moved the children to Poisson while investigating the matter. The knave invites Paimon and Traveler to stay for a few days as visitors. Liney offers to show them where the house members are staying and prepare a meal for them. Liney was distributing supplies to the house members in Poisson when he met Paimon and Traveler. Paimon and Traveler decide to accompany Liney and observe the daily operations of the house. Group discusses gifting potions and stealth tactics to guests. Liney explains his colleagues' unusual behaviors as part of the House of the Hearth. Liney, Filiol, and Nanteuil chat about popular culture, revealing a more relatable side. Filiol and Nanteuil talk about their plans after the mission, suggesting some tension within the group. Paimon and Traveler watch the group while Liney hands out supplies. Fremine appears, asking for extra supplies. Liney suspects a hidden motive. Liney, Fremine, and the Traveler meet a mysterious child named Clervy. Clervy is suspected to be the phantom child haunting the House of the Hearth. Fremine has been secretly sheltering Clervy for half a month. Clervy is thought to be a friendly spirit who has helped the members of the house in the past. Fremine has been disobeying Father's orders due to his belief that Clervy is part of their family. Liney and Fremine talk sincerely about their common history and connection. They decide to find out who Clervy really is. They plan to fulfill Clervy's last wish to help her return to the ley lines. Liney and Fremine make a pact to keep the situation a secret from the rest of the house. Lynette unexpectedly appears, reveals that she knows about Clervy, and threatens to report them to Father if she's not included in their plan. The group decides to talk to Clervy and plan their next move. Clervy, a spirit, can't interact with the physical world but seems to eat by lingering around food. Clervy's status in the House of the Hearth is unclear. She claims many people aren't on the roster and are considered test subjects. Clervy mentions her best friend, Perry, a name unknown to the group. Clervy's wish is to go outside where the sun can find her. Liney come up with a plan. Liney will use illusory magic to take Clervy outside. Lynette will find the list of executions to check for Clervy's name. Fremine will stay in Poisson to collect intel on Clervy. Traveler and Paimon are asked to distract Father by keeping up casual conversation. Liney provides a magic bird to alert him if Father suspects something. If discovered, they plan to tell Father everything to protect their guests. They part ways to execute the plan. Sea Breeze Rendezvous. Traveler and Paimon encounter Childe and the Knave. Childe reveals he returned to Fontaine to find his master, Skirk. Childe mentions his recovery was aided by a House of the Hearth member, Heloir, but he must return to Snezhnaya for Project Stuja. Paimon and the Traveler ask about the Knave's motivations and her past betrayal of the house. The Knave confesses she once betrayed the house, but emphasizes how much she cares about the children. Childe talks about how the house's training is now peaceful, unlike its deadly past. Childe leaves planning to return to Snezhnaya, while the Knave remains by the ocean. Paimon and the Traveler head back to check on Liney and Clervy's progress. Paimon asks Liney about their progress. Liney explains Clervy can't go into the sunlight and vanishes at the edge of shadows. Lynette provides an execution list, but Clervy's name isn't on it. The group discusses the harsh rules and loyalty within the House of the Hearth. Fremine notices increased tension and secret meetings among members, possibly influenced by Clervy. The conversation shifts to Project Stuja, a dangerous Fatui project involving the House of the Hearth. Liney is worried about the project making internal disagreements worse. The team agrees to first concentrate on Clervy and meet again the following day. Traveler and Paimon struggle to sleep, worried about the knave's potential anger. They spot Clervy sneaking out and decide to follow her. Clervy opens a window to look outside, expressing her desire for more freedom. Clervy shares her view on the harsh realities of the house, where everyone is disposable. She hints at the knave's darker actions and mentions Perry, someone important to her. Paimon and Traveler listen, trying to understand Clervy's perspective. Clervy remembers making a promise with Perry to see the northern lights in Snezhnaya. Clervy feels unsure about talking to Mother after a fight. Clervy leaves, lost in thought. Paimon and Traveler decide to head back and prepare for the early morning. Birds in a cage. The group gathers to proceed with the plan. Traveler questions if the knave and the doctor have worked together. Liney confirms possible dealings but denies a partnership. The doctor proposed a secret experiment to Father when she became a harbinger. Liney assures the group that the House of the Hearth has principles and certain lines they won't cross. Paimon worries about Clervy's claims about the knave and the doctor's possible collaboration. The group decides to focus on the current plan. They plan to distract Father, who is likely still near the shore. Lynette and Liney plan to go somewhere further away. The knave encounters the Traveler and Paimon and reveals she knows their plans. The knave suggests meeting at Palais Mermonia and offers them a deal. They can stay alive if they follow her rules. Traveler and Paimon agree to her terms and decide to release a pigeon message to alert Liney. The knave then discusses her principles and the harsh consequences for betrayal within her organization. She offers a potential way out. If Liney and others manage to get rid of Clervy, then she might not punish them. The knave returns the pigeon to the Traveler and Paimon, indicating she was aware of their attempted communication. They then meet with Neuvillette, where the knave offers to withdraw her forces from Fontaine in return for an unspecified request. Neuvillette cautiously agrees to the deal. The knave, Traveler, and Paimon then encounter a newsboy, who the knave buys papers from. Paimon tries to buy time, but the knave reveals she's aware of their intentions and proposes a deal. They help her when the time comes and she will answer their questions about Clervy. Into the sunlight. The knave reveals the ruins used to be a grand building, linked to a significant story. The knave confesses to killing Clervy and her mother before becoming a harbinger. Clervy was brought to the House of the Hearth at 6 by her mother, Krukabina, the then knave. Krukabina turned the house into a nightmare, making children fight each other. The survivors were either experimented on or used as tools. Clervy and her friend Peruera saw through Krukabina's lies. Clervy wanted a real family, but faced constant failures and beatings. Peruera suggested killing Krukabina, but Clervy couldn't bring herself to harm her mother and chose death instead. Clervy died in a duel against Peruera, who later killed Krukabina and became a harbinger named Arlecchino. Arlecchino, once Peruere, rebuilt the house as Father. Clervy's spirit, an illusion born of Arlecchino's flames, remains trapped in her past. Clervy's presence has upset the other children in the house, leading Arlecchino to decide to permanently end her life. Liney and others arrive, but fail to fulfill Clervy's wish. Liney tries to explain, but is interrupted. The knave punishes Liney for hiding a threat, showing she focuses on dealing with traitors first. Foltz accuses Filiol, Nanteuil, Soto, and Tady of betrayal. The accused deny and argue, but the rules require their execution. Liney, Lynette, Freminet, Chaplot, and others plead for a second chance. The knave challenges them to a duel. They must fight for their lives. Liney and others face the knave, nearly lose. The knave decides to spare traitors by erasing their memories instead. Clervie accepts her situation and looks forward to the future. The knave reveals Clervie's past and why she's leaving the House of the Hearth. Clervie says goodbye, thankful to the knave. Liney, Lynette, Freminet choose to stay and support the house. Liney thinks about the knave's real bravery. Paimon and the Traveler check on Lynette and Freminet. Both are recovering and share a conversation about Clairvier and Crucabena. Freminet reveals he met Crucabena before her death and describes her cruel methods. Lynette shares father's desire to keep the past hidden to protect them. Both express gratitude towards father and thank the Traveler for help. They invite the Traveler to visit any time. Lynette mentions seeing Filiol and Nanteuil living happily. The end.